What is up, guys? Destin Training here, back with a video for you guys today. And today's gonna be my review on Pokemon Sun and Moon episode 30. So this was the final episode for the Melee Island saga. And first, I like to say overall, just okay. Should have been a lot better than it was. There's still things a lot they need to work on throughout the series to make it better. Wasn't the worst start in the world, but definitely needs to pick up, live up to potential, so let's go. But moving on to the final episode of this Main Island saga, and today's episode was great. I absolutely loved it. Thankfully, what happened today was the step in the right decision, in the right direction, in that possibly this could lead to them actually just start caring about this series. I mean, how big that would be, them actually caring about this series? Whoa. In that, you look at the characters, it was really the beginning forefront of what they need and what they really have to do to start developing, because we need reasons to why they're friends, and we need reasons to why for to actually care about the characters, and that's what the episode did in the, really as a whole, that these characters have some understanding of each other now in the beginning, that hey, they learn something about each other through today's lesson, and pretty much, and the fact that the school was actually useful for once. Wow, I'm really surprised. So this is was an interesting episode because you see how each of everyone's Pokemon acted towards somebody else. So, and to me, the best development that we got today was Lily, because he was because now she can touch Pikachu as well, and it's beneficial for her, and it's in the right direction. And for each and every one of these characters, I just felt for the first time there was something interesting about them that was being fleshed out, you know? So that's important. So first off, so pretty much how this all went down was, as you guys know from the preview, it was posted that Lily would have Pikachu. It's in the episode title. I don't understand why they were really focusing and cared more about. I guess because Lily, her thing with Pokemon, I guess I see why they seem to really promote her more with the preview and everything. I get it. But just know that it wasn't just her, and her role wasn't the only important one. It was everybody. Because, again, that's what the episode did well. We learned more about everybody, not just Lily. So, yeah, so how this went down was the drew straws, everyone got a partner, they swapped. So, obviously, Ash and Lily swapped. Of course, Lily got Pikachu, Ash got Sharon, um, and then Mallow and Sophocles swapped. So Mallow got Toga and Amaru, and Sophocles got Steenie, and then KO and Lana swapped. So Lana got Turtonator, and KO got Popplio. And in the beginning, you see throughout the episode that each of them were struggling, and that was an important part of the episode because it really started the growing process of what they needed to do to understand their friend's Pokemon more. Because it's part of life. There's always gonna have a little trouble in the beginning, and you need to learn. And to me, that was a nice thing that they did in the beginning because the struggles in the beginning of the episode helped them at the end of the episode accomplish what they what their goal was. And the whole lesson of the episode was I know more about this person because I got to understand what they go through every day by filling in their shoes. So it's this so that was a nice way they did it. I feel like they did this episode perfectly, and that's what is going to help the series become better in the future because some of these episodes that they've done has been pretty perfectly done. They got the right idea of how the series should go in terms of some of the plot episodes. They just need to be more consistent with it and build off of what they did the previous to the future. And that's going to be a key. So again, explaining some of the moments was so pretty much what happened was especially with Ash and Shimon, that was the main one that was going the most wrong in the beginning because just Shimon's whole attitude really. I understand that it's really only comfortable with Lily, but I really felt like Shimon would have been a little more open to what Ash was trying to do. So it was, and it's really its whole personality, to be honest, of because it's always really been just a quiet Pokemon. It's really not really gets involved with the others. It's just kind of a loner, and we've always known that when we got that when it hatched. So really, I guess it was pretty predictable of how it was gonna act to someone other than Lily in the beginning of the episode. But then when Ash started to show someone that he has its back and that he's not gonna hurt it, and this is a safe zone with me. That's what helped out, and that what I really saw with I guess with everyone else as well because when they understood the Pokemon, it helped them understand their friend's situation, like I said earlier. So that's what it really comes down to. It's kind of really hard to explain this episode. Again, it's just one of those episodes where you really gotta watch it to really understand what happened was. But pretty much you see throughout the episode that with the Pokemon is that, especially with Kayawe, that you notice that Tornado wasn't there, but when things got rough, they had to improvise with the Pokemon they had. So, because the moment with, was when Tauros was getting out of hand and attacking each other, Kayawe had to try to figure out how to battle Populo instead of Turtonator. And those are the kind of situations that happened in this episode. They had to adjust and they had to adapt to a new style. And that's what really brought out the character in each and every one. And I thought was really cool. And you saw, of course, Lana's just cleaning off Terminator. So just those cute moments and were the highlights of the episode. And you saw Lily trying to touch Pikachu again, and what she ultimately decided to try to bond with Pikachu was like, hey, Ash and Pikachu's bond really stems from battling. and she wanted to give that a try, and I thought that was a cool scene with her battling James, of course, her butler and everything. Again, the guy with the Orikoyo, as you guys remember in episode 8, when Lily was taking care of the egg, Ash battled him. And that was a pretty interesting battle because Lily was doing it, of course, was the trainer in that. And you saw that she was trying to mimic kind of what Ash was doing throughout when he battles, and she remembered what Ash said, trust your Pokemon, and then you two will become one, and that will help you. And that was cool, and really, that when she remembered that and everything. So that's just the great moments of this episode. Really, you remember each and everyone remembered what the others said to them and kind of took that as advice for to get used to the partner for a day. So that was really cool. So again, everyone benefited from the episode and grew. It's really the whole takeaway and what the important thing is to remember from this episode, guys. So if you have not watched it yet, take that into consideration when you do. So, anything else? Next episode should be interesting with the preview and everything. But what I want to say about this episode in the comment section below, if you guys can give me your input on this, is how did you guys feel the episode? Did you guys like the way they did it? If you didn't tell why. Because, again, I love the way they did it. I think they did it perfectly. As you saw, each of the character moments in this episode really plot out and had a purpose. It seemed like everyone had a role and everyone was important, which is really important for anything you watch. That how important the characters are and they how much do they actually matter and how much merit do they have towards for the series. So that's just really something that I've been keeping my eye on for Sun and Moon, and they haven't been the best at that. But this episode is the step in the right direction, and I hope they actually build off of what they did in this episode for the future, because again, they're gonna need to do that for this series to become great, that we all know it can be, because we've seen it. This series hasn't been plain terrible. It's had some great episodes. I've always said that. But yeah, that's pretty much it about my thoughts about today's episode. Overall, I would give it like an 8 out of 10, maybe 8 to 9, because again, well, although I didn't really have much problem with it, honestly. So I'm because with the time stamp they actually had on everybody's scenes well. So really, I'm gonna give this a perfect score because I didn't really have a problem with it, honestly. I can't really think of an issue I had with the episode because again, the pacing was actually perfectly done. Everyone got the same amount of spotlight they deserved. So, yeah. But I'm Destin Trainer, guys. Like, comment, subscribe for more, and I'll catch you guys later. I'm signing off now. Peace.